Feed you out the back.
Hey,
how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Nice.
I'm excited. Nice little background. Look like
you tapped into the yellow.
Oh, okay, so we're matching.
Hey.
This was here. So we thought about it right here. We were here.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited. You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you. You too. Let me see. Hey.
Got your pearly whites. Got all side teeth too. Okay.
You said mama. You said hey mama. Mama's
yeah, my mom is on the line.
What's up,
my
mama?
Mom loves your song. So mom,
hey, mama.
you got a personal shout out.
Hey, much love
to
mama.
So to everyone tuning in, I'm here with LB of Phony Ppl, an amazing 5-minute fearless band. And I just think it's awesome. I was doing like a ton of research. So you are one of the 5 members. So it's you, Elijah Rock, Matt Bias, Aja Grant. Let me know if I'm pronouncing anything wrong. And Bari Bates. Aja?
Yep, Aja.
Okay, Aja Grant and Bari.
Fun fact: he's actually named after Steely Dan's album Aja. Steely Dan is a great band that we grew up on as well.
Awesome.
Super inspired by, and yeah, his father took the liberty and the bravery to name him Aja. Amazing.
An awesome name. So it worked out perfectly. And I'm glad you dived into that because you guys, you really had a musical upbringing from your parents and everything. So like, what's your first memory of like music?
Oh, that's a great question. Wow. So there's this wow. I never even thought I would get to this. So there's this memory I have of being so young. Like I definitely was in diapers, walking around. I probably just learned how to figure out how to walk. And I remember my house being set up in a different way than it was for, my years where I was conscious of what's going on.
Right.
And I was hearing, my father always had this crazy sound system. He always had the best sound, the best speakers, the best amps, and everything. So I remember hearing Blue Magic, or the feeling, if I could identify of who that was or who was playing, the group Blue Magic at like my earliest memory of being in my house. Like Sideshow and things like I only stopped just to start all over again, stop to start like just that feeling, Heat Wave. I remember feeling Heat Wave.
Right.
Always and Forever, you know what I mean? Like Motown.
Just real music. Okay, you got a real ear. And it's funny with everything because like my same thing growing up, my mom, she had a whole system, so every morning all I hear is just awesome music in the morning. And like I think that feeds into you growing up because I also noticed that you are an art school kid. And I myself, I'm an art school kid too. I went to art school down in Charleston. So I think that we tend to think a little differently sometimes when it comes to art and things like that. But with you guys coming together, because you guys started since 2008, because you're all super busy, how did you guys come together to say, we're going to create a group? Because you're all super busy.
Yeah, we're super busy, but back in the days where the only thing that had us busy was homework and being in trouble or, whatever your parents said you had to do, we, Aja and Barry are brothers, so they met in the beginning. Everyone else met through a web of junior high schools and high schools in New York City. So it was just
okay. So did you all go to art schools, or did you just?
Yeah, we all went to different art schools, but
okay.
It was the magic is in the overlaps that happened. So myself, Aja Grant, and Barry Bass went to the same middle school. And
we also have Barry Bass checking in.
Hey, what's up? Barry Bass. Barry.
Yeah.
So we went to the same middle school, and then when they went to high school, Aja and Elijah met because they went to a different high school. So it just was like, yo, I'm in this high school, and I met this guy who's like, I think they had like the craziest argument about music theory on the first day they met, and then they was like, okay, this guy's, we might be of the same breed, from the same planet or something. So yeah, just public schools.
It was magic ever after. So now with the quarantine happening, and I saw that you actually did a virtual performance with Color Studios. How have you been quarantined? Like what? Because I know it's a difference, and when you like the people, you feed off of that energy. But how has the quarantine just changed your entire how you operate?
Man, it changed everything because now I have thoughts that I didn't have before about just how I could reach the people and how I could tap in and let people know what's going on. I'm really a hermit crab, and I just live in my shell. So, especially digitally. So, when we're not having shows and being able to touch the people in person, this is what we're left with to do it. So I figured out a way to do it that makes me happy and where I like to tap in with the people and shed the light to the best of my abilities. So just figuring that out, that's something that I wasn't really doing before quarantine started because we were just always performing and there was always a way to touch the people. But that's one way. We got a bunch of streaming things going on now, so you could get to know each individual member off the stage and besides when they're performing or have an instrument in their hands. Barry Bass, he's the most wonderful visual artist that I know. You know what I mean? He's crazy. He's crazy. And Elijah Rock, he's been cooking on his show. Barry's been cooking on his show too. Aja Grant's going to be diving into musical arrangement and composition. You know, I'm going to be diving into engineering and showing people how I record myself and how I mix myself. So it's a whole bunch of things. You know, Matthew's playing, he will kick anybody's ass in Super Smash. So if you want me to set it up, I'm his manager. Holla at me. Yeah, holla at me. Holla at me. I'm going to make a new email just for this.
Okay. So listen, if I pop up, I'm going to be expecting a challenge.
Yes,
but you guys are just like super talented. So going back to when you were at the art school, your teachers, they highlighted your songwriting ability. And you know, now when we have the artists who sing, songwriting is this and that. As a songwriter, where do you feel the state of songwriting is?
I'm so glad you asked that question. I have this conversation ongoing. But it's not directly about, I guess it is. If you zoom out, it is the times. But you know, more than the times, I feel like the people dictate the times. So you can change things socially or musically or creatively. It's like wherever we set the bar, that's what it's going to be. So I've been noticing throughout the years, a lot of people have been putting other songs in their songs, and besides like sampling, just like quoting other songs or you know. And when it comes to that, I'm not totally against that, but I have like a system that weighs out. The art that you created, did it absolutely need the art that you quoted from somewhere else to make that great? Or was it great before you got your direct quote from another place? Whether it's some chord changes or whether it's lyrics or whether it's you quoted Martin Luther King's speech and didn't even sing it, you just said it, it's whatever. Right. But I've just been having this, like, where do you draw the line between originality and regurgitation and, you know, then the concept of sampling and my appreciation and my love for sampling. So I don't think that if you're taking something from my art or being inspired by art, I don't think that that's a crime at all. Right. But one of my standards from that it was instilled in me as a young kid from Jay Dilla was like, you know, not to be a carbon copy of your inspirations and to create something that doesn't exist already. Right. So I've been living with that concept from 13 years old. You know what I mean? That's such a young point. So I always would try to recreate. So I've been having conversations about it, and I don't think it cheapens art at all. I think it's just great. It's great. I just think it's another form of art. Yeah. And it seems like people have been really responding in great ways to the art that has other art in their art. You know?
And I feel like, because like I said, being an art school kid, I was a dance major, so they always told us, art is whatever you want it to be. So if you think that just me standing here is art or a box is art, whatever it is, that's how you think of it and how you process it. Right. So yeah, and it's just like when everyone has an opinion. It's just like what Erykah Badu said. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit, so you don't have to like it, but I like it. Right. So now the name Phony Ppl, and like I read a lot, and you guys are like super psychedelic and extraterrestrial. So why? Right, that's how it made me feel. That's how it makes me feel. So why the name Phony Ppl?
It's just who we are. It's just who we are. We're not the same 5 people in the band. You know, you definitely won't find 5 of the same person, same people in Phony Ppl. It don't work that way. We're not gonna be anything but who we are. So whoever thinks we're supposed to be like this because we're this or that, it's just, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You know what I'm saying? We're Phony Ppl. It's phony like polyphony, like symphony, like, you know, cacophony is like a disarray of sounds, just like noise. So like we could turn up and we could be belligerent and you know, stand on your couches too. You know, we could do that too, and our music could represent that too. But it's just everything. Like, you know, harmony. It's melody. It's don't judge a book by its cover, because Phony Ppl is our name, but some people say we the realists. But you got to come to that on your own, because we ain't call ourselves the realists. Somebody else would call us the realists. We're Phony Ppl. So it's just, if you take that mindset into the world, you'll just be able to think for yourself and call it what you call it because of your own experiences, not because of the experiences that were attached to something when you were introduced to it.
Right.
So it's just think for yourself is really what Phony Ppl means at the end of the day.
That's dope. I really do like that. And we do have somebody from London checking in, which brings me to another question. So, where do you prefer touring more, in the States or outside the U.S.?
If I'm not in New York, let's go as far away as possible. If it's not Brooklyn, let's go all the way. Like let's go to another planet.
So it's Brooklyn only, nobody else. You don't even acknowledge nothing. It's just Brooklyn only.
No, I do, but there's something so special about home. I feel no matter where you're from, there's no place like next to all the New Yorkers' pride that we do have. There's no place like home, no matter where you're from. So
absolutely.
If I'm not home, let's go where I don't understand the language. Let's go where let's really go somewhere, you know?
Right. Far off, a whole new
alien.
So you can learn. Absolutely. Yeah. And we have a lot of talented artists out here. And then when I read up, you compare your music to drug, it gets you higher and things like that. And I think that's dope. But when you have, artists like Juice WRLD and I can't think of the young lady who just passed. How do you feel like the drug references in music? Do you think it's something like it's my expressive art, or when it gets to a point where people are overdosing, you're just like, all right, maybe we should like streamline this a little bit? Like, where do you? Because you're an artist, so like, how do you tread the line?
I think the user, like the person who's consuming the music, has to use their discretion if they already know that a certain person's artistry revolves around certain themes. Like, I'm not a thug. I'm G, but I'm not a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here doing what gangsters are doing. So I can still identify the reality in me listening to gangster music. So I don't feel like, oh, this is violent. Like, you shouldn't be saying this, only because this is real life for some people. You know what I mean? And whether you're on the aggression side or the receiving side of all the violence or whatever's going on, it's like that's somebody's real story. So I don't see it any different than the way people see movies. So for some reason, when it comes to music, people lose their grounding in how they can perceive it. Yeah, it turns into like, I made a song about racism, and now I'm being called a racist now. Because it's like, wait, what if I wanted to make a movie about gentrification? Then people would assume I'm someone raising the prices myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, they wouldn't. But it's just because of music. For some reason, they just assume that you're the character in the first person view.
Narrative.
Some songs are written from third person. Some songs are not even your own experience. You just saw something in idea and made something great out of it, and people would think that defines you outside of that song. Right. So I think listen to songs on your own and judge. Do you want to internalize this song as a code you're trying to live by, or do you want to just be entertained by this and see the difference and draw the line for yourself per movie you watch or per song you listen to or whatever, because I don't think there should be a ban on expression. I definitely have some things I was like, yo, this is how I'm feeling. And it's like, oh, I don't know if you should express that. But it's like, it's a real thought, Right. So I think the freedom and the truth, just like, make your art.
Right. And it's so true, because I was looking at what was on Netflix? I think it was hip hop. It's the hip hop stories, and the first or second one was about Uncle Luke and how he had to go all the way to the Supreme Court just for literally expression of speech. Like, he just wanted to say, hop all over the ass, fuck all over the titties, but that had to be approved. So I completely agree with that. But shifting gears, because you were on
everybody.
Right. So you were on Tiny Desk with Megan Thee Stallion. So what was that experience like? I watched so many Tiny Desk performances. It was awesome. So how did you feel just being up there with all the lights and everything?
It was awesome.
Side note, is it a live audience?
Well, so yeah, it's a live audience in there for sure, but this time it was super special. So we had the glorious opportunity to be on Tiny Desk twice. And the first time we had our own Phony Ppl Tiny Desk, and then we were with Megan Thee Stallion the second time.
Right. So
the difference was usually the audience is just people from the office who come in to enjoy. They come from all over. It's a huge building. They'll come from different places. Sometimes they'll let a few people in from outside. This time there was a whole crowd on purpose, not just like whoever wanted to come into the office who worked in the building. It was like crowd. So it was really cool. They were setting up those lights that were hanging down, like you know,
dope.
And like, oh, let me move this over a little bit so we can still see you. And it was a lot of fun. I was sipping on some dark. Yeah, yeah, it was nice. It was a bunch of fun.
That's cool. So, when I first heard the song "Phony Ppl," it was taking over our sister station, which is Magic 107, our urban AC. And now we are hearing you guys coming through the Z93 Jamz speaker, and I love it. And honestly, when I posted it, you guys got so much love on my page, and it's just like, so do you see the transition moving from urban AC, from AC to adult contemporary to urban?
Yep. I was just talking to Aja on the keys. I think it was yesterday about the energy I feel, even staying in my house, not going anywhere. It's changing. I feel it. Something's coming, and I can't put my finger on it. There's this song. I think it's called "Something's Coming." It's in the West Side Story Overture, and it's this guy Tony. He's like, his name's Anton. But he's like, yo, something amazing's about to happen, and I don't know what it is, and it's right around the corner. I can feel it. I don't know what it is. Something's coming. I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be great. And that's just how I feel right now. I feel the shift from AC to just boom, like we here.
And that's the thing when you come over to urban, and I don't know what it is. It's like you can hear something on regular, like adult contemporary. For those who don't know, AC is adult contemporary. Urban is your hip hop and R&B, which is where we are at Z93. So yeah, I just think it's definitely a shift. And like you said, the energy, and people are really, really, really just down for it. So I'm excited. Yes. And when I saw the video, because I met Megan Thee Stallion before, you have to be pretty tall. How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Okay. When I saw the video, I was like, okay, he has to be tall. Because a lot of time, y'all artists, y'all look tall on the internet, and y'all be real tiny in person.
Be like, yo, where's the rest of him, yo?
Right. Like, where did you leave the rest on Instagram?
Still,
yeah. So, what was it like being on the set and just doing that entire thing?
The set was crazy. So, we did a lot of tweaking, and we personally were involved in a lot of creating what the treatment was, because we're not just like mannequins. Like, oh, this is the video. Like, now we're
I'm gonna show it. Right.
Yeah. Now we're gonna like really create what the art is that we're representing ourselves with. So after all of the calls and getting on the same page to get the script how we liked it, and everybody was cool, we went to LA to shoot it, and I've never been on such a big production, you know what I'm saying? I never was part of such a big production visually. It was kind of like, okay, here we go. This is us. This is me having to shoot this, and I don't know what to do. So let's just try to make it feel like a Phony Ppl performance. Because in a Phony Ppl performance, I don't know what to do anyway, but I do it, and it's free, and I love it. So I said, okay, let me turn this video shoot into a Phony Ppl performance. So had a couple sips, had a couple sips of the sippings, and I just started getting loose and not giving a fuck, and had a little fun, and I was kind of checking in, like, yo, how does it look? Is it cool? And they was like, yo, it's looking great. Keep not giving a fuck. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. And it just turned out what it was. Everybody was so helpful. There was people on the team who were just like there for everything you needed. Like, I needed a water before I could finish asking for it. It's there. Megan was so cool. Yeah, we were like doing this scene where we had to be inside of the car wash actually, and there's a lot of parts that didn't make it to the actual video, but there's like suds going everywhere. It's this and that. It is so much fun, and all the models were cool. The guys were really cool. The girls were really cool. We just had a fun day. We shot it all in one day.
It literally looked like it was a fun video. Like, I just wanted to dive in with some roller skates and see. Let me just hop around and be a little background extra.
Yeah.
This is dope. We have to wrap it up. I got like 4 more minutes with you. So, real quick, what is effing around Fridays?
Ooh,
I've been creeping your Instagram. I've been creeping.
Yeah. Effing around Fridays. That's the time that all 5 of, like, you see how important this is right now. This organic interaction we're having.
Absolutely.
And it stays with you for the day, for the week, for the month, for life. This is just me. This is just LB right here. And fucking around Fridays is when you get all 5 of us at one time on your screen, fucking around, talking that shit. We have times where we just fuck around because you gotta fuck around. And then we have times where we get to this question of the day that we ask the real question that's very thought-provoking about, relationships and where you are, and to maybe expand your awareness if it's something you never thought about before or something that your people's never thought about. We have a special guest who comes in, and we change the special guest up every Friday.
Okay.
So if you ain't coming to fucking around Fridays, you fucking around.
Period. So you need to be there, and I'm going to make sure
Stop fucking around.
Well, I'm going to tune in. Last thing, I will check out your bio. Why no cheese on your pizza?
Man, all right, you ready?
Well, I'm ready.
You ready? All right,
I'm ready.
All right. I was about 11. I think I was in the 5th grade, and I used to eat cheese before this. It was all regular. It was all fine and dandy. It wasn't my forte, but I was down. You know what I'm saying? I was down. So after school one day, my mom made some dinner, and she's one of the greatest. She's like the best cook I know.
He's giving this disclaimer before he says the next thing.
Yeah, because it can be misleading, and my friends could co-sign that. You know what I'm saying? That my mom is nice. She's nice. So she made this mac and cheese one day, and everything was regular. I got another friend from school over with me. We was doing homework together, eating, and I'm chewing this mac and cheese, and everything just changed. Everything changed at one moment. It was too cheesy. It was so cheesy that I feel like I had enough cheese for 11 lifetimes, and I was just like, you know what? I had to stop chewing it. I had to get rid of it, and then I spit it out, threw it up in the cup. I ran out the room, threw it out in the cup.
No.
And I came back. I was like, yo, Ma, I don't know what happened, but like that, I can't eat this. And she said, okay, since you threw up, throw that whole plate. I just started eating. She was like, throw that whole plate away. You're not even gonna mess around with that. So I threw that plate away, and she said, I'll make you another one. I remember going to the kitchen so she could fix my plate. I was holding my plate. I was like, Ma, I don't want no mac and cheese this time. And then that was it. Cheese was just, that was it. I'm good. Keep that.
If you come to Charleston, please do not offer LB no cheese at all.
And I must say too, it ain't for me, but I respect it. I won't be mad. I don't like, the smell is not my favorite. But if you eat your cheese, I'm gonna respect it. I'm not gonna be mad at you. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, but it's just not for me. Yeah. I don't do drugs.
Listen, I feel you. But I want to thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview, you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Make sure you check out Effing Around on Urban AC. You can catch it on Magic 107, our AC station, or Z93 Jamz, Charleston's home for hip hop and R&B, where you can catch me rocking out with the #1 show. Thanks to you guys. So yeah, thank you again, LB. Shout out to Phony Ppl.
Yes,
and
indeed.
I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you too. Watch out for the cheese slice behind you.
I know, right? So no cheese.
Yeah, it's just sparkling.
Thank you.
See ya. Much love. Enjoy the rest of the day.
You too.